Hi, my name is Tiffany Zhang. I am the service engineer from SMA Australia. Today, I'm going to show you how to set up Zero Export with Sunny Home Manager and SMA Energy Meter. Before we start, please make sure both the inverter and Sunny Home Manager has the latest firmware and you have permanent internet connection. Now let's go through the connection of all the devices. Both the Sunny Home Manager and SMA Energy Meter needs to be connected to the router. The inverter can connect to the Home Manager via Bluetooth or SpeedWire. If you use SpeedWire connection, the inverter needs to be connected to the router, and the Bluetooth function on the Home Manager needs to be turned off by changing the net ID to 0. If you use Bluetooth connection, make sure you change the net ID of both Sunny Home Manager and the inverter to a number that is not 0 or 1. In our example, we change it to net ID 4. After everything is connected, we can register the system on Sunny Portal. Go to sunnyportal.com and go to Plan Setup Assistant. Click on Next to enter the registration page. If you do not have account, you need to click I'm not registered yet and register new account. And if you do, you can log in with your existing email address and password. After typing the login details, go to Next. We first need to name the system. I'll just put in Home Manager Zero Export. And set a PV system password. You can put any password you like except 0000 or 1111. And also this PV system password will override the default password on the inverter on Sun Explorer, which we will need at a later stage. And go to Next after you set a password. Now we need to put in the PIC and RID of the Home Manager. And click on Identify. We can see Sunny Portal has successfully identified our Home Manager, and we can move on to the next step. The next step is device selection. All the devices that is connected to the Home Manager will show up on this page. It will take a few minutes. Please be patient. Alright, our inverter has been found. Tick on the inverter. Select the inverter and click on Add. The information of the inverter is being loaded here. Please be patient. Now we can see there's a green tick here. That means the inverter has been successfully added to the plant, and we can go to the next step. The next step is to configure the energy meter. Energy meter will be both the consumption meter and feeding meter, but we only specify on meter 1 and select energy meter. And you can see the bi-directional meter has been ticked and the meter 2 has been grayed out. Now we can move on to the next step. The next step, we need to put in some basic information of our system. The specific annual yield for my system, I have already calculated that. And check the time zone, which is correct. And we need to select, do you use self-generated PV energy in your household? The answer is yes. And we need to set Zero Export in this step, limiting of the active power feed-in. So for Zero Export, we need to put 0 here. Make sure you tick automatic update of all the devices. And now we can go to move to the next step. Please have a look at the basic information of your system. If everything is all correct, we can click on Finish. Now the system has been successfully registered, we can go to the PV system to view our plant. And just to confirm, the system has been really set to Zero Export, we can go to Configuration, PV System Properties, and go to the Parameters tab. As we can see here, limiting of active power feeding has been set to 0. And we can also go to Device Overview just to confirm the energy meter has been added to the plan as well. Energy meter can be found under the properties of a Home Manager. And as we can see, the meter 1 has been configured to SMA energy meter. To comply with the 5033 standard, we need to set up the email notification for earth fault alarm. We can set up under configuration and report configuration. Select the type of report, which would be event report for errors in accordance with the standard. And click on Edit to activate the report. And click on Save. If you want to add more users to this plan, you can add them under User Management. Click on New User and type in the email address of the people you want to add, and then click on Save. Now the setup on Sunny Portal has been completed. We need to set up the fallback on the inverter via Sunny Explorer. Open Sunny Explorer. After the plan setup assistant has been opened, we click on Enter New Plan and go to Next. The communication type will be Bluetooth. As we can see, there are few inverters being found. I have preset our inverter and Home Manager to Net ID A, so select the right Net ID and go to Next. We need to choose the login group as installer, and the password would be the PV system password that we set on Sunny Portal. Then go to Next. After we log into Sunny Explorer, we need to first put in a grid guard code under Options, SMA Grid Guard. And click on OK. And go to Settings. We look for the tab System and Device Control, this one. And scroll down to the bottom and click on Edit. The first parameter to change is Configuration of Feeding Management. Grid disconnection for 0% feeding, select No. And operating mode active power, select active power limitation via PV system control. The second parameter to change is the fallback. We need to look for active power limitation via PV system control, which is this parameter. Operating mode for absent system control. We need to set this one to use fallback settings. And the fallback active power would be 0, which means when the inverter loses communication with Home Manager or energy meter, it will produce 0%, and the timeout would be minimum we can set is 5 seconds. That's the responding time. Now click on Save, and now you're done.
I hope this tech tip has been helpful in showing you how to set up Zero Export with Sunny Home Manager and SMA Energy Meter. My name is Tiffany. Thanks for watching.